YouTube, do you like League of Legends? Probably not. You probably hate it because most people who play it hate the game. But there is one super lovable League of Legends content creator that I actually do watch in my free time. I used to watch his exposing frauds videos where he would like see like fake people who pretended they were high elo and coaches and expose them. It was a really cool series, and his name is Dantes. And him and his girlfriend were extremely viral for their loving relationship. They used to do a lot of IRL cooking streams together, and she was constantly interacting with his community, and they were super close. And they especially blew up on TikTok and Twitter because of these short like clips of the stream. And they broke up. So, I'm going to tell you a little bit about their relationship before we read what both like said after. First off, is that Laura is the name of the girl and then Dantes is the guy. Laura dedicated her entire like life and being to him, right? So what she would do is that since he was streaming League of Legends for like 12 hours a day, sometimes even more, a lot of what she would do is like make him food, make sure that when he's done stream his mentals are okay, make sure that he's like satisfied with life and everything, make sure he like decompresses. She took care of like all the like everything that like involves being a human, she would help take care of. And then he broke up with her. And he admits that she did all of that. And in his explanation, it's very strange because what he says is mature. But oh no, we're gonna get into it. Let's do it though. Okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready for me to redo some reading?
Yeah. I'm a little dyslexic, but let's go.
Laura and I broke up. While I could sit here and try for hours to explain the reason why, it all comes down to one simple truth. I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm gonna let you know right the fuck now.
What
Any
does that mean?
motherfucker who says that to you says, I'm not ready to
Okay.
be in a relationship with you. That's what they really mean. Finish your fucking
Low
sentence.
key.
That's the
When the
Like
true
right one
nine
comes
shit.
along.
9 months
I
into
think
the relationship,
I
I don't
think people
know.
that say
Yeah,
that's like as well as like like you said, like as not ready with you because like what if the right person came along, they would like hop gladly into a relationship. Depends on their like
Mm-hmm.
perspective, of course. But yeah,
It's
Jesus.
And it's like the next line they say is from the get go, I told her that my career would be my first priority. She always did everything that she could to accommodate that fact, whether it be bringing me food, supporting me after a bad day, encouraging me when I was down, or just being an ear that could listen to all my problems. She was, in all possible ways, the best thing I ever wanted. Which brings up my point. What the fuck are you doing? If you told her that your career is your first priority, she respected that. She even encouraged and helped nurture that because she wanted to make sure you could pursue your ambitions. Why are you saying what? Like, what is like? It just feels strange. Anyways, continuing on.
Mhm.
Um, the problem is, however, the relationships are about compromise. Seeing her taking steps back in her own life and career in order to support me, while I was unwilling and unable to do the same for her, just is just something that over time took its toll on me mentally.
Mm.
Which I'm gonna be real, man. That sentence is
Mm.
kind of fucking weird, right? Being like, I was unwilling and unable to care for her the way she cared for me took a toll on me. Huh?
Yeah. It's not sounding too good, Bucko.
I
I'm not gonna
Mhm.
lie. That's kind of like,
Mhm.
what do you mean? It's on her. She's dealing with most of it. Like you're kind of like chilling in a lot of ways. Like you, somebody to take care, of, like kind of taking care of you. To be honest, like emotionally, that's a big supporter. Like I don't know why would you would
Physically
break up
too,
with?
not just
Yeah,
emotionally.
like why would you want to break up unless like something like they
Okay,
have something wrong with them?
someone in
Or
chat
I don't
goes, I
know.
kind of get it, but she did not have a problem with it. She was
But she
happy.
liked it though.
She was happy to be
Yeah,
accommodating to him, and she understood that he prioritized his career, and she helped nurture that and be comforting towards him. His
yeah. Does she have
issue
a?
is that he did not put enough effort in. So since he didn't put enough effort in, he feels mentally bad, which is
I
like,
mean, uh, okay, but
what?
like the other person said like they like that. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
the other person said they were okay with it.
they're complimenting you. Just like, hey, actually, that doesn't mind. Doesn't matter. I'll do all that for you.
Cause
You
yeah, because the reality is that like as adults going into a relationship, one of the most important things is that each person can make their individual choices. And when you make a blanketed choice for both of you because you feel like you're not treating the person right, why would you not ask them, do you feel like you're being treated right?
Yeah,
Because it's up to the other
true.
person to determine if they're being treated right or not. Because that's right, that's how relationships work. But
Yeah.
anyways, continuing on,
Mhm.
it just came to the realization that the very foundation of the relationship wasn't something that I was able slash willing to do, and as a result, made the decision to end things. I won't pretend that I know if I made the right choice or not. Definitely did not. The only thing that I can say is that I'm eternally grateful for the time and love we shared. At the end of the day, I'd rather live regretting a choice that I made than live through life always second guessing myself. Going forward, I only ask that you show her nothing but support since she always was the one who gave her all with understanding me and trying to work through everything. Thank you. The comments
They going crazy.
are cooking him. The comments
Hmm.
are cooking him.
Even the first dude, I'm like, damn.
You said you
Sounds
sound
like
like you
you
wasted the
wasted the
poor girl's
poor girl's
time.
time.
Go, bro.
Yeah, you guys can
You
read
did.
these ones.
Yeah, you kind of did. I
You're
mean, you kind
inting
of
and
like.
selling the game of life right now. It has 28K likes. 20K likes is sounds like you wasted the poor
That's
girl's time.
insane on a tweet. You know what I mean? Especially the first guy, only 905K like views, and that should go like 20K. That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
did. Almost a ratio. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hey, these are. I mean, the funny thing, I feel like if you're in, like, you have that self guilt about like your relationship. Like, why do you feel like so? Like, I guess like maybe inferior to like her, like, if she's doing so much for you in that way. Like, that's a crazy like mindset to have though. But like, have you never like talked to her like, oh, I don't, like, I want you to do something for me, but like, I don't want you to do everything for me. If you feel like you're not compensating that way, like, have you like had that conversation? Like, and what does that really lead to you? Like, this seems like kind of like a little knee jerk to say like, oh, you're not ready for when somebody's like putting their all. Like, I mean, how long were they together? Like 9 months.
Yeah.
I think
That's a
9
long time
months.
to be with somebody, like, especially
And
like in
living
this
together
income
too.
And
range.
It's
living
not just like
together. Yeah, she had to
Living
move
together.
out.
That's even a whole different like ballpark. Like, and you, it seems like maybe I don't understand his perspective because I don't really know like all of it, but like this seems like kind of wild. Like, what's going on? Like, I know you said like explain the reasons, but like I think you should explain because you're telling me like I'm not ready for the relationship. Like, what do you mean you're not ready? What possible way that makes you unfit to be in a relationship with this
Yeah, she had
person?
to move out,
If they're
chat.
saying
She
that.
moved out. You took the
Damn.
easy. Someone else goes in the comments. You took the easy way out. If you truly considered a woman of your life, the idea of sacrificing your time for her would have been much more obvious than abandoning her. I think the reality is
Ooh.
I see where that person's coming from. I'm somebody who's extremely career driven, right? Like I love making YouTube videos. I stream for like sometimes 10, 12, 15 hours a day depending, right? I do that all the time. And I used to stream like daily before my health kind of went to shit. And the thing that was really important was that I understood if my partner, like, especially because I'm engaged, if Rich ever felt like, hey, we're not spending enough time together, we're not communicating enough, like, he would
Yeah.
express it flat out. And I'd be like, okay, what can I do to help accommodate for that? He'd be like, okay, cool. Let's set up a date for this time, blah, blah, blah. So it doesn't interact with like your streaming and doesn't cut in between your recording time and blah, blah, blah. Like, we'd find ways to adjust around my schedule.
Yeah. Because you love each other. Yeah.
And that's just
You
how,
like to.
like, right, you like figure out how to make things work. But the problem is that what he talked about above is that they did do that. And they even talk about how like they would binge shows in bed together, how like they're always spending time together when they're off stream, and like that she just helps take care of him outside of that because he's so focused on his grind, which she's fine with. So I'm like,
That's
every
the problem.
every aspect that he's saying is a problem isn't actually a problem for his situation in particular because they've openly discussed that publicly, which is
Mhm.
very strange. And I feel like what it is like this feels very like PR. I don't want her to get hate. I'm making a bad decision. But anyways, my career
I mean,
grind continues. I don't know.
I feel like since you're that close and like in that, like people saw you as that type of person, like you kind of like doing like a little bit of reputation suicide, a little bit like these people like look at you in a certain way. Now you're like, oh damn, we broke up, and then you like your reasoning is like kind of dodgy. Even because I mean, you put your relationship out there, so like it's your like people have I guess room to judge now at this point, but
Hmm.
it doesn't seem like there's like a solid reason. You kind of just wanted to end it because you
Well,
Like
if you make your
you also
relationship
being
if you make your relationship
public,
content
yeah,
and you're a public figure, like
yeah.
there's a right
People
for
can
people
comment
to
on it.
like interact with it that way, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, someone in chat
Hmm.
goes, "I might be outside my lane now, but it does seem like she's undermining herself for validation of his love. I'm not trying to say that she is right in what he did. I'm saying that she could find someone else who wants to support her as much as support her as much as she supports him is what you're trying to say there, I think. Uh, take this from a loveless baseline goblin that's way too much into anime rom-coms. Okay, something I'm going to teach you
Beginning.
guys about love, like right now, is that relationships aren't 50-50. People have different emotional capacities, they have different ways of expressing love, and they have different actions they commit. So, for example, I might give like 25 to 30%, and Rich might give 70% in our relationship. We balance out to be a 100% whole relationship. But it doesn't make a difference as long as we're both comfortable with the level of effort put in. And as long as we feel comfortable with what's being delivered. Because at the end of the day, we're both independent humans. And the moment that like care level is no longer satisfactory to each other, that is an issue that needs to be addressed and changed. But it doesn't have to be 50-50 every time. You don't have to match the exact feeling of love, not even feeling of love, but effort being put in to the exact T. It shouldn't feel like you're like doing a checklist where, oh, you did this for me, I'm going to do this for you, back and forth. Because that kind of
Not tit
sucks.
for tat. Mhm.
Yeah. And like to really
More
think
like
about it, right? Is
reciprocation.
not everybody has the same emotional capacity. So you can't expect somebody who's very affectionate, who like puts in a lot of that effort, to be the same level as somebody who might be a little bit more emotionally distant. It doesn't mean they don't love them any less. It just means that they don't connect that way. And that's okay.
Yeah.
As long as both parties consent to that and they're okay with that, then it's fine. And she was fine with that. So it's like
Yeah.
you're eliminating her opinion and what she's telling you because you think it's better for her. Which is like she's an adult, and if she's telling you she's okay
Starting
with
point.
it,
Mhm.
like why are you saying that it's not okay? That's my issue. Cuz now she's her own person.
Maybe it's like it sounds like something happened, like something actually like different, like that broke it up. Just seemed like you said, like the PR thing. I was like, it sounds like more or less like something like more than just the emotional appeal happened. Like they had like some type of
There's
falling
probably a lot
out, or
behind the
like
scenes, you
there's
know.
like there's something
True.
else like this like that we don't know about, because it's like a content like you don't just like break up somebody like that, even if like you're 50-50, because like or like 75-20 or whatever, like your relationship dynamic, like you love the person, you make sacrifices, you do things that are like uncommon, they do things for you in the same way. Just all about like it's all about consideration and reciprocation half the time. So if you feel like you're reciprocated enough, and you usually continue to stay in the relationship, but you feel like you're considered enough, you stay with them. Like this seems like something that was very common that just stopped happening. Basically, like one day he's just, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm like, damn, what
And the thing is with
what
Dantes,
else?
like I don't watch him like a lot. I've seen clips and stuff. He seems like
Hmm.
he's a
Pretty
character in
straightforward,
a
dude.
sense, but like I've like a lot of the
Hmm.
lovey stuff he might do is not on camera, right? So there might have been a
Hmm.
lot behind the camera. So a lot of people saying,
Oh well,
why does she love him so much? You know,
she's talked
yada
about it though.
yada. He
She's
could have
talked
been
about
very loving behind the scenes, you know,
Yeah, I
but
agree
we
with
wouldn't have seen
that.
that,
Because like she's
right?
talked
Yeah,
about like
true.
stuff that he's done like affectionately towards her. So she's talked about that he's done stuff. It's just like it's weird cuz like
Hmm.
I don't know, like if if you felt like it feels like a situation where someone fell out of love with the other person and they're using this as an excuse. Because PR wise telling
Yeah,
people you fell out of love with someone who like took that
you
good of
woke up
care
one
of
day.
you, you're going to look like a fucking
Yeah,
villain. And the best way to do it is be like I'm doing what's best for her. Right? Because that's the only
mhm,
way to seem like a good guy coming out of a breakup. Is to be like, I'm
yeah.
doing it for
Perfect.
her because I care so much about her. It's like,
You see her quote tweet
Seems like
on him?
she
what
quote
she
tweeted
said.
She
it.
quote tweeted it saying happy 9 months. I'm pretty sure if it
Damn,
was her, if that was her account, I'm pretty
damn,
sure. Yeah, I saw a
Oh my
quote
god,
tweet saying
link
happy
me,
9 months.
link me. I was gonna show you guys the clips of
damn.
her talking about it from stream.
Was it Laura?
So here's a clip of her talking
The
about it from stream.
She looks so sad.
what's it at?
That's her talking about keeping her tattoos and stuff.
Was she has tattoos of him?
Man, she looks so sad. She looks like heartbroken. I'm not gonna
She
lie.
looks
Like, I'm
fucked.
like,
Yeah,
damn.
this is so
Like, this is
sad.
And
like,
I
you
saw
like
some
to
comments annoy
talk
me because a
about
lot of
it.
people say she shouldn't have streamed in the first place. But when you're like in that mental state,
He's probably.
you might
I mean, it's like
write a tweet or you might stream like because you're not thinking straight, right? I mean, we do
Yeah.
that too. Like you're upset.
I
Like
mean, you're a
you
public
can't
figure too.
say
Like these,
she
like
shouldn't have been
they know
streaming
who
because
you
she's not
are.
thinking straight. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, like, oh, heaven forbid she like expresses herself and talks about it. Like what?
Yeah.
Because they had a very public relationship. They made
Yeah, so
content
why not?
together that was couples content. Like, and now she
And now
wants
it's
to open up
over.
to her community about it. What do you mean? What? That's crazy. It wasn't like it was like all behind closed doors and she's like outing it all. Right? That's not what happened contextually. But if it was a relationship that was very behind closed doors and then you start just talking about it all very openly and publicly, that feels fucked up. But if your relationship is very public
Yeah.
already, then like it's just the natural progression even for somebody in general.
Yeah.
yeah, I sent it to you. She replied to a lot of people. To be fair.
Oh, link me. Okay.
Yeah, I sent
Let me
it.
see.
Sent it.
Yeah,
This
let me
is this video and this clip. She talks about how she doesn't want to be friends with him anymore, even if he tries.
Oh,
I mean, yeah,
stream
that's
notes
not
and
hard.
stuff.
Like you probably like fell in love. Like I'd find it hard to be like, even if I broke with like the love, like significant other. Like I don't think I could be friends with somebody like that was that close with. Like
Yeah.
I loved you, I took care of you. Like I don't know, if our relationship changed fundamentally, so like it can't digress to like a friendship level. If to be that to be disrespectful to like what we had, then I'm like, damn, that would undermine everything.
Yeah.
Which I don't think that would do. That'd be respectful, and also it kind of be traumatic to go back to like seeing you with somebody else and then knowing what happened to us. I'm like, ugh, I don't know. That would eat that's the type that'll eat somebody alive fully.
Oh my
Jesus.
god. Okay, yeah, she quote retweeted saying happy 9 months, you're right. She replied to somebody saying, "I really wanted that life, making him my priority. I love taking care of our life,
Mhm.
but he felt like a burden of not being able to give me what I deserved. I tried showing him my side, but he made the decision and I will respect it." See, that's the
Oh,
problem. She like was
damn
explaining
it.
to him that she was happy. Like she liked the level of care she received from him. But he was like, "No, I'm making this decision for us." That doesn't
You
feel
know,
right.
I've had that happen actually with somebody that I was doing with like dealing with. I was like, I felt like I made the decision that based like that they didn't do. Like I made the decision for them basically. Like, oh no, I don't think this is right. I'm like, damn. And I was like, see, they told me later, like, you shouldn't do that. Even if the way you feel, like, you shouldn't. It's
But do you
like
feel
you
like you
can't make a
loved
decision for
them
both of
less when you
us.
did that? Like, do you feel like you were
A little
falling
bit,
out of
like,
love?
yeah, but I was like telling them like this can't. I like I can't. I don't feel the same anymore from this. But
But
I
that's
kind of like,
okay because you're saying you're falling
but
out of
it,
love.
yeah, but I didn't. I made it sound like that. I was falling in love, but I didn't want to like tell them. I was like, I'm just gonna make a decision for you because like I don't think like this is right. I didn't like properly communicate. They were straight up. They low key like kind of put me up. I was like, yeah, you're right. Like that was actually I shouldn't do that. Like if I wanted to say we should probably make it together. Like I should like fully put it out there, like exactly how I'm feeling, not just
I don't think
say
all
like, oh,
breakups should
you're
be
right or wrong.
like a consensual breakup. Like if you don't want to be with the person, don't
Not
be with the
consensual.
person. What I'm
Yeah, but
saying
like,
is like
mhm.
you can't make the decision like I'm leaving you because it's good for you.
Yeah, that's what I was doing to them. But I was like,
But the
it's good for you
reality
because
is for
like it's
your
not.
decision was that you were falling out of love, so you
Yeah,
wanted to break
that's the
up,
real case.
but you wanted to word it better, right? Was your point?
I wanted to be like okay. I wanted to her like be okay. Like okay, this is
That's
okay.
what
This is
he's
okay for you.
doing. But
I'm
right?
like no, like it's not okay. Like
Mhm.
you just kind of like made it tell them. You basically like conducting a life and tell them how to feel in that situation. I'm like they can make it themselves. Like I can tell them. I can be able to tell them I don't feel the same way anymore right now. Not to be like disrespectful to you, but like we just don't. I don't think we're compatible. But like
Yeah.
not to like say like oh not to make it now like oh this is a reason now because of this. It's something
But
else.
you
I'm
get
like,
it though,
oh
right? Is that like because you
yeah
acknowledge
yeah
like after I shouldn't have handled it that way because I was kind of fucked up,
yeah
and it's like yeah, because you did
yeah.
the exact
I
thing,
took
same thing
agency
that
away.
Dantes just did, which is like
Yeah, I took agency away from the person that I was like close with. I'm like damn, like that feels kind of shitty. Like I would not want somebody to like make it seem like I don't think we should be together because I'm like I mean we can be not be together for any other reason, but like you shouldn't tell me that it's because of something else. Like be for real, like be straight up. Like type shit. I'm like, damn.
The second
Yeah,
reply is actually a good one on how she felt about him too.
Jesus.
yeah, this is yeah. I want to read this one to you guys. So
What did it say?
she said this about him. He took me at my worst. He spoke up for me when I couldn't. When I had panic attacks, he would make sure I was safe. He made it sorry, some of the English is a little hard in this because there's a lot of like spelling errors, but she speaks other languages, that's why. He made
Okay.
sure he made it his priority. Oh, he made his first priority, me his first priority when going out and I was comfortable. And if I wasn't, he would leave. He let me have little stupid Hello Kitty plushies. He would listen to me rant about Sanrio for hours. He would tell me Hecarim builds so I would until I would fall asleep faster. And that's actually adorable. And
That's
would
kinda
tell
cute.
me how beautiful I am when I didn't see it that way. Just because you see him talk shit online doesn't mean he isn't the sweetest, most considerate person in private.
That's what I was saying, like the off-camera stuff, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
and she's even talked about that openly too on camera before, of like the things that he does. And I'm like, see, like he provides the level of care that she desired. So like saying I don't provide the level of care she desires, it's like who the fuck are you to speak for her when she clearly thought you did? Right? That seems so
It's
weird.
it's like it's a little bit of like that, self-sabotaging, like, I don't think I can give it. You know, you're giving them the world, and they're telling you like you're fine. It's just like there's some part of you is like, man, I don't think I'm enough. I don't stack up to whatever. It's like that. I don't know, maybe your own head, and that kind of feeling kind of just slowly eats away to you that way, and then you try to make it better, but I don't know, you can't really fix that one. You got to like actually dig deep and like find reason why you feel that way, not because I don't know. It's like you feel like he's like a little bit worthless in a way. It seems like he's not worth anything to this person or like to anybody. It's like, well, I did that for you, but like in myself, I don't feel like I'm content enough. Like, who am I to like deserve a person as such yourself? That's what like the wording sounds like, I guess. And even on this, I'm like, damn, this is just.
I don't
It just
know.
sounds. This sounds really depressing. I guess. I
I'm just
don't
like a
know.
strong believer that like if you're in a relationship, like each person as an individual has a right to like speak up for themselves.
For
And
sure.
it's like, unless you're fucking abusing them and you're like, I need to get away from you because I'm hurting you. Like, that is the
Yeah.
time you can make the unilateral decision.
Yeah.
But if you're not doing that, then they're a grown ass person and they can decide what
They
their
can
wants and
talk.
needs are being met. And if they're telling you
Yeah.
their wants and needs aren't being met, and then you guys decide to break up because of that, that makes sense. But she told you her
Hmm.
wants and needs are being met, and then you're
So
doing
why do you
that.
feel like you're not? Why do you feel like you're still not enough? You still not. You don't stack up in that way. It's
Yeah.
like I said, like a little bit of self hatred, like in that way. Like, well, I know I do enough, but like, am I really enough?
And yeah, it's
Kind of thing.
bizarre because it's like it's either that or he's like trying to spin it to that and he just fell out of love, which is also could be a possibility because some people
True.
do, man. Some people do fall out of love and that just happens. And there's no like, and it doesn't even have to be shitty. It doesn't even have to be a bad reason. It could just be someone fell out of love and they want to break up, but they made the relationship so public that you have to like make it so that you don't seem like a total shithead. Like, right? Like, there's
Or
like,
maybe it's like
it's hard to navigate because like,
true.
right? Like if you make your
Hmm.
relationship a lot of your content, I don't know. Like I mean, I've dated people when I like did content before, and like I've never really brought them into my content or anything because like, I don't know. I don't really want my like personal life being public. But I'm engaged now. I bring Rich on once in a while, but even then, like we don't do the whole online
Hmm.
internet presence thing together or anything because like we prefer it being more private. But it's like the moment that
Yeah.
if we started like being more internet pilled, both of us like together, then people kind of have more of like a right to kind of oh shit, Azu sent a link. All right, Azu, what's going on
Right.
in this?
So wait,
What are we getting the information
It's,
on? What's going
this
on?
is, I
what's the
don't think
link?
it's any
I need any
information. It's
link.
kind of sad. Like what like if you
More.
like Sarita tweet, you know?
What's the link? Is this
Happy
is a
birthday to the
reply?
love of my life that will leave me for online game. And she tweeted that.
Damn.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's from months ago. Someone someone screenshotted that and said, "Damn, the foreshadowing is wild." Oh, that's so savage. Oh, that's so fucked.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
does that
they trying to hurt bro. They trying to hurt bro now like this one. They ain't trying to. They going for the jugulars.
that does that
Yeah,
I'm
that's a little.
I've got a Batman and Spider-Man thing, bro. So you
It's
said
happening too. It's too soon. Too soon. The joke. Give it a month. Too soon. You just hit a flesh wound.
that is so fucking sad because that's actually what happened to her.
Yeah.
what is, yeah. Sucks.
Damn, man. How does he cope, man? I don't know. Especially a person didn't tell you anything. I don't know if. Sheesh.
Oh, it's so.
All I love is maybe one of those things. Like he's just like I don't know. Some people like this. I'm not, but I've heard this mindset. Like they feel like it's too easy in a way. Like they're like find themselves like I don't have to do really that much for you. Like and they just feel like they need more of a challenge in a relationship, I guess. But I don't think it's his prerogative either, his perspective either. But
I
that's
think
one
a lot
other
of
like
people
angle
do
I
have
guess
different
like too.
perspectives. Yeah, I mean it's
Like
weird.
how they
Like
like
for you two, a question for you two. Because I'm not sure like if anyone to content creator in the chat, but like, do you put your content over your partner, or do you put your partner over your content?
I mean,
that's yeah.
my whole life, I've always put my career over my partner until I
Mhm.
got engaged,
Mm-hmm.
and I got
I'd say
cancer.
like probably
It took me getting cancer to switch it. So,
Oh, okay,
to be
okay.
honest with you, it took me to like
Yeah.
have like the whole life shift in perspective to be like, I might die. What do I actually want out of my life more than my career?
Mm-hmm. No,
yeah.
that's fair. I think I'm obviously still at a point where I would put my content over until I meet the right person, right?
But that's the
So
thing,
Yeah.
right? Is if you meet the
yeah.
right person, that's kind of what happened with me and Rich, though, was that like when I realized this is my partner, like this is who I'm with, this is what I wanted, this is what I want in my life, right? And for nobody else was I willing to put them over my career. And I would tell that to people when I go to date them, is like my career comes first.
Yeah,
What I
yeah,
do with
that's what
myself
I
is
told people
first.
that too.
Yeah.
Just so you know, like if we ever break up,
Um,
and like I will always put my content first. You know.
Yeah, and
Like,
like as
just how
content
it is, right?
creators, like his conversation with her is one that we've all had at some point with our partners when you're a full-time content creator.
yeah.
Is like my career comes first, right? And then and then if they're the one, you go you're first, right? Because we're end game and we're gonna like have a family and be together, right? That's it, and that's how it shifts. But like, yeah, for my other
Mhm.
relationships, no, none of them came first, and they knew that. And it's like, dude, what else can you really do?
Mhm. No, I think it's valid. I think I'm like still deciding on that. Like if I'll say 50-50. Like it depends. Still, like if how I'm feeling about the person just yet. I guess I'm saying with Ozzy. I guess I'm still in that. Yeah, I'm still prioritizing my work over the person, but you know, I don't want to make them feel like that's the only thing I ever think about. Like I still make time, but just I got other things, I got other responsibilities, other obligations. So I'm gonna do those first, then I'll make time for you.
I
It's not
mean,
like
my
you're
thing
in the
is like
back of
I
my
need the
head.
person to communicate, and like I'll just emphasize that
Yeah.
a lot. Is like if you ever feel neglected, if you ever feel like something, just tell me,
Yeah, tell
right?
me.
And
Yeah, like do you need more
I will make
reassurance?
time, like because I care, and I'll
Yeah.
make shit
I
work.
mean,
Yeah.
hmm, that's what I guess I'm similar to that then because I still like if you say you need like oh you want to do that, I'm like yeah I'll pick a day like we got a day like now I'm like I literally have like days like I'm doing things with her. I'm like oh this is the day I'm with you. I'm not doing anything else. This is I set
Yeah.
this aside like these 2 days. I'm like no other people
But I
kind of
think
shit.
people
But
need to also realize that just like a regular job, there's hours that you just aren't available for. And just because
yeah,
you're a
I
content
can't
creator that
be
works at home doesn't make it so that you're available, right? And then on top of
every
that, being
day.
a
But
content creator is like a lot of the shit you do is off of stream, right? Where you're doing a lot of external stuff. And like by
hmm
no means is content creation a hard job. Let's be honest here, right? It's not a
yeah,
hard job, but
Mhm.
it's a very time consuming job.
It's taxing. Like it
Yeah.
piles
yeah,
up, right? And
yeah.
like that piles up on your mental. So that's the tough part about it. Compared to like a 9 to 5, thank God. Like like
I can
it's
stop
better.
working basically. I'm like okay, I'm off of work today. I can literally just not think about it. But this is like 24. It's like you own your own business, like an entrepreneur. Like you have to like do things like
Like
you want to be
we at
working
least
like
should probably
almost
work
every
like
hour, 20 hours.
it is probably like 340 days a year when I think about it. Like something like that. It's an
Yeah.
absurd amount, but it isn't as hard
Yeah.
as
Like
outside.
you and I have both
Yeah.
experienced other jobs, and like those were
Yeah.
harder than this
hmm
job. That's 100%
It is.
true.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
just that
But
like
it
the
doesn't mean
time,
this is like like completely easy, but it is easier.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, it's easier for
For
like the
sure.
difficulty of what it is. It's just fucking time consuming, which is like
I'm
the
here all
biggest thing.
day.
So that's
Yeah.
why when it
Like
comes to
there are times you have to give up your
relationships,
social life. Well, it does suck.
yeah, you
But
do
hey,
give
I
up a
can't
lot of
do
your
it.
social life for content creation. So
and
it's
I've had
like,
like
yeah,
family get mad at me, friends get mad at me, but it's like oh I can't do anything.
yeah, yep.
Sorry,
I've had
I'm
that happen
cooked.
too. Yeah. And it's like that's the thing though, is that if you're in a relationship where the person fully understands and respects that, then it's their decision and their understanding because they're in charge of being their own person. So I don't know, it's kind of cool to have that perspective from other content creators too about it.
Yeah, for sure. Jesus. Yeah.
I do see them getting back together though, if I'm completely honest. Right?
You think so?
I think they will. I think she still loves him.
Mm.
Yeah, she does still
think
love
Whether
him.
he
Yeah.
thinks he's made a mistake, I'm not Dantes, so I can speak for him. But if he has, then I would go back to her. You know,
She
like in that
said
situation.
she said on her live stream that she still loves him so much, and she's like, if he asked to like have me back, I would probably be weak and say yes.
You
And
you could see how much she
Yeah.
loved him. You know what I mean?
yeah, she
You
loved
could-
him so much. It's
you
so
can
like,
see how much she loves. Like it's
oh my
yeah,
god,
yeah.
and like her interacting with his family, and they did that kind of content too. And it's like so
Like you're
fucking sad, man. Like, jeez.
y'all really together. Y'all really in this for the long run. It's just she's prematurely.
Sometimes it
almost.
does take like a break or break up to realize, what you might have lost in that sense. So
Oh, hold up for
There's
one
always that.
second. We have somebody who goes, I don't know, it feels like people are shitting on him because it's a guy saying this. If it was a girl, I feel like it wouldn't get this treatment. There are a lot of women in the scene when they leave a guy who's also a content creator, because she's a content creator too, who leaves a guy who's a content creator, they're like, oh, she's gonna just hop onto the next high elo dick. That's how it usually goes. It goes in a very weird, degrading way where they talk about like women being clout chasers going to like the next clouded guy. So it's a very different sort of targeting when it comes to women and content creators. Like,
For sure.
both suck. It just, as a content creator, regardless of your gender, you're gonna get shit on. That's just life. Like, and it sucks, and that's the reality. But like, yeah, when it comes to women, it's usually like people flip it into that kind of weird cringe shit when they do that, and it just sucks. Yeah.
For sure. Use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sure.
I don't know. Overall, though, like because he seems like I mean, parasocial as fuck because I don't know him, but like he seems like
No.
a nice guy. I think he's just making a mistake and fumbling the fucking bag. And I hope that he just has a bro sit down and talk to him. High elo deck? Oh yeah, that's like a thing that was like it's okay. I'm such a fucking internet boomer.
I mean, Tyler
Okay.
One plays a bunch of League. He's a child now. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
Tyler One. Yeah,
He's a
Tyler
baby.
One is the like one of the
Son
top
was his
league
fault,
streamers in the
right? Yeah.
world. He has a kid. Like, what are we doing here? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Good point, Asu.
Yeah, he probably does. Sometimes you do need like a sit down with somebody to realize, or just like even by yourself. It's just because you can keep playing League, but like there might be a point like where he's not streaming and he's just like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? Like your off time is just as important as your on time.
Wait, that
The screaming
screaming
guy's a
guy
kid?
has a
Yeah,
kid.
Tyler
Yeah,
One does.
Tyler One has a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a kid recently. Yeah, you know. But the girlfriend always goes, "That Michaela," you know.
And they met in a video game. They met in PUBG. So anything's
What about when
possible,
the reason
gamers.
for breakup is just I want to be single? Is that just the reason though? I don't like you just want to be single. Like why though? Like freedom? Because that would be your reason. You want freedom. But I don't know about just being single would be a reason. Like what in specific? Because I like being single because freedom, and I don't really have to worry about others' emotions. I can just focus on myself. That's
Yeah.
the
Right.
reason for it. Yeah.
It just feels weird if your relationship isn't draining you like if it's actually caring for you in a way that helps nurture you to focus on your career. Why would you?
Yeah. Break up. Oh, stop it.
A lot of people different on camera. They are. A lot of people are different off camera. You'd be surprised. Some people like. For us, I feel like we're the same. It's just we're sometimes like tuned up. Like a little bit hyped up, right? So we're not like completely different. Some people are really different off camera, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the boys when I'm off camera, I'm a zombie.
You are.
Yeah,
You are
it's the
kind of
same.
like
It's
very.
just-
You
she's
very.
just- Like I'm just more lax. I'm chilling, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when you're
Kama
on camera,
was
you're
so
not hyped up.
aggressive
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
saying that I'm a zombie.
Oh,
No, like you're not like a zombie. Like you're definitely definitely the energy is heavy. Like just chill. Like you're really relaxed. I'm like, oh, okay. It's not like a bad thing. I'm just like, oh, I'm like kind of always on. I guess. I'm like,
far too intense for 9 months. You don't know what they were doing before the relationship, though. They could have had like a long ass talking stage, right?
True.
Yeah.
Because you don't
Yeah.
know
Years,
if
maybe.
people are like seeing each other and then officially dating for 9 months, right?
You
Like,
can go on dates and not be dating someone.
yep,
You know?
true. Yeah, because that's just, like going on dates with someone isn't dating until you make your relationship like we are together. This is us, right?
Yeah.
So
my
it could have been for
girlfriend.
like a year, technically, or something, or even more, depending on how long it took for him to like commit or her to commit.
Mhm.
And they
That means
live
it's different,
together.
though.
So like you
Yeah,
gotta
okay.
understand
Yeah.
that like
Yeah,
the
they were
way
close. You don't live to some,
Yeah,
if
living is
y'all
a
live
different
together,
type of.
it's a very different escalation of relationship than it is when you guys just see each other a few times a week.
Yeah, you get to see. You can see like all what a person is, like who they are, like at like base level, like if they're mad or angry, like how they work, sleep, like yeah, I don't know. Living together, you see just you get a better view of a person every time. So yeah, I don't know. It's a big leap too in like a relationship to like say like, oh, I really like seeing you. Let's move in together. I'm like, you want to see me every day? You That's a lot. I don't know.
Someone goes, he looks familiar. Oh wait, what the hell? It's him, Dantes. Man fumbled like hell. Yeah, it's just. I think
That's
that
what
like
it
I don't
is.
think he's like a shit person or anything. I want to make that very clear. I don't think he's a
Don't
shit
attack him. I
person.
think that people attacking
True.
him is very
Yeah,
rude.
anyone
That's
who's
so
like
Don't
weird
do that.
too.
attacking him
That's so weird.
is fucking cringe. Let's be honest
It's
here.
more like it's just like it's upsetting to see the situation. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
attack anyone. But it's like, damn, really, bro?
Yeah,
Really? You know,
that's
it's that
it.
type of thing.
Exactly.
Like, you know, if one of these two did the same, I'll be like, Alicia,
Yeah.
really? Like, are you,
Yeah. Oh my
Like you
god,
probably,
dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you, I'm like,
you know
what
what I
the
mean?
fuck?
Like,
I'm
are you
like,
sure?
oh,
Like,
like,
are you okay? I won't go like
hang
you
on.
fucking idiot. I won't do shit like that, right?
I
'Cause
don't know.
that's
I might call you an idiot.
Honestly,
I'm like,
Como would call me an idiot.
I'm definitely
yeah,
calling you an
yeah,
idiot. I'm
yeah.
like, what
But
the
sometimes you
fuck?
do need that. But like full on like attacking someone, like writing
Oh yeah,
whole
yeah.
paragraphs and
Yeah.
saying you fucking dumbass, etc. Don't do that.
Yeah,
you
people
know?
who are like attacking him
Hate
for it, that's like
boner.
that's so stupid. Like we can talk
Gotcha.
like for us, we talk a little bit of shit, but it's not like directed like at him being like he sucks. It's like the situation sucks. What he said, the wording kind of fucked up. But like we're not gonna like target him
Has he
saying
streamed since? Well, no.
I haven't checked. I usually watch his YouTube videos.
Oh, okay.
Probably not. I mean, people are just probably
I
bombarding with
assume like he
questions.
would like sometimes it's better to get someone's vocal thoughts rather than like typing. So yeah, you would need that.
If Alicia ever fumbled, Rich chat would take him in an instant.
I didn't let you niggas touch him either.
Bro,
Fuck
I
y'all.
have friends who wanted to take him in an instant. It's
Yeah.
fucked.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's bad, man. I had one friend who tried to sleep with him one time. That was funny. He didn't even notice.
That's
Yep.
sick.
Yep. He didn't
Man,
notice at
Probably just
all.
cool.
sometimes we're very oblivious. You just don't know. Sometimes when you like someone, you only focus on them. Like I'm the type of person if I like one person, I'm like focused on them, like just them alone.
Yep.
You know.
Rich was
Yeah,
so
probably.
oblivious to it, I had to pull her aside and talk to her. And I was like,
Ooh, no.
I know what you're doing. And she's like, what? I'm like, nope.
Oh, she freezes. So okay.
I had the full ass conversation and I was like, what's up? What's going on? Right? And then
Stop trying to fuck my man, bitch.
and she was like, oh my god.
I would never, girl. You know I fuck with you.
And I was like, okay, cool. Don't touch him then.
Don't look at his. Don't look at his fucking biceps.
Hi-
Again,
photos?
I see you fucking Google his fucking biceps. You trying to see what his cock tastes like.
Yeah.
You're not touching it.
Oh, the amount of people who like check out his like arms and chest and shit and like his ass.
You're so strong.
It's like it's so
Yeah, for me.
I think it's like he's tall and he's like fit and like ugh. It's annoying. And I don't mind people looking. Listen, I do not mind people looking. Do you know why? Because people look at me, and that's fine. Like if you're attractive people are just gonna look. That's fine. Don't you fucking touch, bitch. Don't you fucking touch the arm and say, oh hi. No?
It's the random comment saying, a girl once said she wants to fuck me, and I didn't get it.
That's kind of, hey brother,
yeah,
you're just cooked. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, she's
Happened
attracted
to
to
you?
you, right? Like, yeah, that's what happened.
That's happened to you. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna lie.
that or she was just really horny, but like you know,
I got like
no.
me personally. I can always tell somebody like actually likes me. I'm like, oh okay.
If I actually
that.
like someone, I'm very refrained of being sexual to them. You know, 'cause a lot of people like feel it's sexual in a sense, but if I really like someone,
Oh,
I'm
no,
more,
no.
you know,
I'm more
lovey-dovey
personality
side,
driven. I'm
you
like,
know?
oh, so like,
That's
are you
me
trying to
though.
banter?
Yeah.
I like a little bit of banter. Like, oh, you really? Can you be a little mean? See how that goes. Not like terribly mean, but like,
You
let's see what
good?
happens.
Yeah,
Like a little bit of
I
angry.
was a very
Yeah, I like
flirty
a little
person
bit.
for a very long time. And then when it came to him, it was very different because I was just best friends with him for a full year. And then we were just so like emotionally connected that it like grew into something. So it was like a very different thing. It didn't start off being like flirty, like in the sense. It was like having heart to hearts at 4 a.m. talking about life type of thing.
Yeah.
And realizing, holy shit, I could see my life with this person. Yeah.
You can fumble online. People e-date long distance. I guess is the proper term in that sense, right? So
I cannot e-date. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
I think it's fine. I think people who do like long distance or e-dating is fine. I think it just
I think it's
depends.
fine, but
I think it's very frowned upon nowadays,
hard.
depending
It's
on
hard. It's hard. It's just really like long distance in general. Like
depending when you meet someone, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, like, speak to that more, Azu. Coma, wait a second.
Because
Sorry, my fault.
I know a friend who like met a like she lives with him now, but she met a boyfriend on Valorant. Right?
Okay.
And I do bully her about it, you know. So yeah,
How'd that work?
I don't know how I feel about those type of ones. You know, that's them. I wouldn't do it. You know, but I'm not gonna like completely shit on it. I mean, if you love someone, you love someone, regardless what you met them. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
I think my
Yeah.
whole thing is that if you're like long distance or like e-dating or whatever, have the intent to meet each other in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't date someone until I meet them in person. Like even if like I start long distance, I need to meet them in person
Before you start. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I've had I don't know if you would call it a fumble, but she was perfect. But she didn't want to wait for me to meet her in person. So I was just like, I can't do
That's
anything
good.
about that. And I know you want to date me now, but I can't date you now, right? It was that type of thing. And
I wouldn't
I wanted to.
I wouldn't
right?
call it a fumble until like you've actually built the relationship
me.
in. Right?
Oh no, I fumbled. I fumbled really hard on that.
Okay.
What'd you do?
Oh no.
What I do? That's complicated.
Do you still talk to that person?
She doesn't want to talk to me anymore.
Oh damn, you fucked up hard.
Wow,
didn't
you
Damn.
really fumbled,
wait,
boy.
hold on.
Holy shit.
Not even able to talk.
We speak civil. We spoke civilly to each other like last time, but like yeah, she doesn't want to.
Didn't even want to
talk
like
me.
see
I
like
don't
want to
blame her though.
entertain you.
Like
You broke her
I don't
heart.
say I toyed with emotions, but I definitely
You broke her heart.
in a sense I might have done that. Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel
Okay.
bad. Of course I feel bad about
mean,
it. I fumble.
it's okay.
You know
I
what
feel
I mean? Like
It's okay,
happens.
bro.
I fumble.
Okay,
I fumble all the time.
I didn't
All the
tell
time, but, you know.
I tell somebody like I didn't.
I mean, like, for instance, I did reject her the first time, so like, technically, like, that's already.
Okay,
me
she has
fumbling,
every right, man.
Yeah.
she has every
Yeah,
right
yeah,
to not
you
want to
kinda-
fuck
you
with you,
kinda-
man.
like
That
yeah.
was, but then it continued a few months after that, right?
Oh, you're toxic.
So- No, but I
Not
have my
valid.
reasons. I need to meet someone in person before,
yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I get it.
that's valid.
I feel like there's some
wouldn't-
people who like e-date because they like the intimacy of not feeling alone. And like the connection without like the worrying about their insecurities physically maybe help them. And I think that's fine too. I feel like whatever works for you emotionally is good. I think for myself, I'm more of a
I gotta
I-
see you.
I got it in
touch
person.
you.
In person
I'm
is
very
like
affectionate.
yeah, like I'm very like physically affectionate. I'm somebody who's really bad at messaging people back. So I suck
Same.
at like online communicating. Like phone calls are what I do. Like I call him because I don't do the whole texting, messaging thing at all. And like that's why when I'm like living with somebody or like with them in person, it like the relationship's always great. It's always just like weird when they're not there.
You'd meet me? Wait, what do you mean by that?
Twin for real.
What's that mean?
Alicia,
You would meet
twin.
me?
We be twinning for real. Yes, sir.
I hate
You know, I always
texting
have
so much.
fizz if like I like if someone saw like my so what? Like if I really do like someone and someone sees my lovey-dovey text, yeah, I always have fizz if I accidentally send that to one of my boys and then they'll be like, what the fuck is this?
Do you
I think it'd
kitty
be cute.
face? Do you kitty face in your lovey-dovey text?
Kitty face?
Yeah, like the
What's
little
that?
like $3 face.
No, I don't do those.
I need to see one of your lovey-dovey texts, bro. I need to see one. I need to see one.
No.
Do you say darling?
see
You feel like a
mine.
darling user. Are you a
No,
darling
no,
user?
I say love. I say
Love, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, you said
I say
love.
love.
Okay,
I say
okay.
love. Right? No, I don't ever say darling. Yeah, I don't think I've used that one. I think I've always used love. I think that's also like a British type of thing. You know?
Love sounds very like it just sounds more. It just sounds very affectionate. Like, how you doing, love?
No, I don't use that.
You
Yeah.
know, I like it.
Rich usually
I
calls
like
me
it.
honey and baby and
Baby,
my gremlin.
I'm calling her
And
my
she's
schlap.
gremlin.
My slap. Little goofy.
A lot of people use
Damn.
Pookie nowadays. That's a new one. I don't use that, but I know a
She
lot of
does.
people use
I've been
Pookie,
called that.
right?
Yeah.
I get like,
Yeah.
but a lot of people also use Pookie like in a very like
Fun,
What's the
like
word,
like funny, jokey way, I guess.
yeah, like it's the
Oh,
affectionate
I
way,
use
but it's not
baby
like
cakes.
always romantically.
Does baby
Baby
cakes work?
cakes.
Baby cakes.
I haven't heard that one.
Because I gotta go baby with the cakes. Because he got a big ass.
Baby.
That motherfucker squats.
I need to. I don't say like I love you as much unless I properly mean it now. I think I've learned that mistake because I've said it way too quick
Oh,
before, and then
really?
someone gets like really hooked on it. Right?
Oh.
So I refrain
that's a
on doing
dangerous
that
word,
now.
bro.
Because
That's a
someone's always
dangerous-
told me I shouldn't say it so. I mean, it was the girl I fumbled on. She said I shouldn't say it so sporadically, which I did, and I was like, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's bad
Yeah.
to say that, right?
I think everyone has their own different emotional meters and ways to express affection. And if you want to say something and to them it's more meaningful, but to you is something that you want to say more frequently, that's fine. Everyone has different levels, right?
Because I say love you to friends
good. I like
sometimes, so
that.
it comes out very naturally. But I guess
Yeah.
like in
Like
in
you said,
a
you said
different
I love you
perspective.
to me before, and I say it
Yeah, I've
back.
said to Coma, I said it to you, like, I was
Yeah.
like, love you, bro. Like, you know what I
Love you.
mean? Like, I've said that before, right? But like, depending on like how my relationship with a person, then it could be taken a different way, right?
Yeah, it could be like
Oh
very, it's
yeah.
very serious. The L word is like a very like
Oh, they see it as like
I
a
feel like-
next step.
like this is like that like, oh yeah, you want to be with me for real, for real. I'm like, I've
Yeah,
had that
exactly,
kind of-
right? But like, if I say to you or Alicia, then it's just like, I love you, homie. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Dude, 2 days
That's
into my
everything.
relationship,
Well-
I told him I love him.
I ain't gonna lie, I say it pretty quick. I say it pretty quickly usually. I'm not like the one's gonna hide like my affection for somebody though. Like if I really do like you, like I see myself like with you, I'm probably gonna say like, oh, I do love you, and
I
do
guess
like,
in
but
my
like other people
early
have, like,
20s, I didn't really say it. But it's not because I
it is
just,
a-
I don't know,
didn't say
man.
it.
I was very emotionally detached compared to other people, I think, when I was in my earlier 20s and like all that shit.
Mhm.
I think once I got like older, I became like so emotional. And it's been pretty great. But yeah, also, I just want to like conclude this video because I'm still recording.
Oh, damn.
Anyways, just first off, this is not to shit on either of these people, right? Like Laura and Dante, like they're both their own people, right? And it's their relationship. It's just like talking about like the incident and the aspect of the online stuff about it, right? Because at the end of the day, right, like you can have opinions about a relationship that's public because they're public figures. At the same time, though, it's never about shitting on a person, though, as like a human being, because I don't think he's like a bad dude. I'm not, unless these motherfuckers are out here committing crimes and being pieces of shit. Like, sure, then we'll go shit on some people. I don't mind shitting on people, but I don't think when it comes to someone's relationship, you should ever be able to do that because that's their own life. But I will shit on your tweets because that is fun. Anyways, I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for your love and support always. My boys are linked in the description below if you want to check out their channels. Catch you later. Bye.